Oh my goodness, it is time to start huffing your copium. This is insane. This is insane. So I heard that Heroscape was coming back again somehow. Just like a zombie that will not stay down. Heroscape is coming back twice in, is it about a year now? They're attempting to bring it back again. Um, it's like it seems very clear considering and look at all this crap. 5 hours ago, Heroscape is coming back for real this time. Yeah, I hope. I'm gonna take a lot of this with a grain of salt as far as like whether it's coming back for real. Considering the way the last revival went, where it didn't even really revive, it more just like pissed everybody off. I can't believe we went like what over a decade without Heroscape, and now we're basically seeing at least two attempts to revive it in, yeah, I want to say about a year, maybe 2 years. But yeah, I wanted to look up. I guess it's by Renegade Game Studios. I guess is attempting to get the license, expanding licensing. I don't speak bureaucratic bullshit as far as like lawyer speak, so I don't. They're just licensing them to what make the game. Like, are they purchasing the license from Hasbro? Welcome to Heroscape. Expanding licensing partnership. It doesn't really sound like they're just purchasing the license from Hasbro, but rather they're just getting like a license to produce it, but not to actually own Heroscape. Or I'm not a lawyer. Everything I say cannot be construed as legal advice. um, I'm just a raging idiot on the internet. So Renegade Game Studios is excited to announce that they are finalizing expansion of the licensing relationship with Hasbro. So they must be already doing a lot of games. I don't know anything about Renegade. I'm not really super into the tabletop. What am I thinking of? Like just the tabletop field in general. Like I usually just play Heroscape and AOTP, so this will be interesting. Fans will get to experience classic elements of the game they love, all new content, introduction of terrain packs, faction boxes, and more. Now, see, this sounds like something they should have done right here. This is something they should have done with AOA. Like, if this means what I think it means, which is that a terrain pack only has the terrain, almost like the lava set or like the jungle set. Like, I wouldn't even care if they went terrain pack and said that like it was like the jungle set and it came with like one squad that like benefited from that kind of terrain. Like that was okay even for like the lava and the ice and the jungle. To be like you had the Zutzi who could like teleport across the glaciers, but like you mostly bought it because you wanted the terrain. You wanted the snow, the ice, the lava, the lava hex, lava field, and then like the jungle. Like a terrain pack which is like 90+% just like hexes and line of sight blockers. This is what they should have done. To be like, you can buy the terrain separately, so like the D&D fools and the what like the like Warhammer people like it. Like the people who play other games can still look at Heroscape's awesome terrain and be like, I want that for my game room, but I don't care about the Heroscape game engine myself. This is cool. Faction boxes, which I assume again is going to be more like you just get a ton of figures in the box in case someone only wants the figures, aka maybe me. But like if you only want the figures and not, well, no, I'm gonna want the terrain packs too. But like if you only want the figures in case maybe they do want to buy like a goblin faction so that they can make a horde of goblins for their D&D game and use those. This is cool. I like this. Heroscape brought a lot of people into hobby gaming. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see that's a thing. Is that I've been into Heroscape for well over a decade, but I wouldn't call myself a hobby gamer. Like I don't really do like Warhammer, D&D. Like I don't know. I just don't care much for a lot of that stuff. And like I'll even play AOTP. Like I like AOTP, but I don't play Magic the Gathering, and I still barely like I own zero Magic cards, zero Magic cards, and but I still like AOTP more than Heroscape, despite not caring much for Magic the card game. So I don't know. There's just something about the Heroscape system that I like. It's like very light wargaming, but I feel like it's interesting enough that it offers you interesting enough decisions that it just doesn't feel like, well, I'm just suffering and it doesn't matter what I do. No, I'm not really. I don't know if I call myself hobby gaming, but I get it. It's certainly people call it Heroscape the gateway drug into hobby gaming and like miniature wargaming, but I've never liked most of those other ones. Anyway, to this day, there is a robust and passionate community, aka a cult. We look forward to growing that community and continuing to offer new and exciting models for gamers. Cool. I mean, Okay, like every company would say this. It's a shame they couldn't be more specific. Like this sounds specific to me. Terrain packs and faction boxes is sounds specific, and I like that. This is just fluff bullshit speak saying we're gonna do this game right and we want everyone to enjoy it. Well, what company isn't gonna say that? We will be partnering with hobby stores to give Heroscape and its community of players the best home possible. Hobby stores, so like right, it's going to be sold like wherever Warhammer and all that crap is sold, like actual hobby game stores instead of Walmart. That I'm not sure how I feel about that. That'll probably work. I think that'll probably work. I guess I'm not a marketing person. I feel semi iffy about that, but I think it's probably better than selling it at Walmart. It's just that then it might reach less people than it could potentially have reached. All right, provide online community and organized play support, including a future world championship. What? What? Online community? So they will provide an online community and organized play support. So does this mean they're like what I would love to see is they do something like what Tabletop Simulator has for Heroscape. Like they make an actual full on like 3D digital something you play on your computer. Which it kind of does ruin the whole the whole thing of it being physical, and I guess maybe I'm asking for too much considering they're probably going to physically make the game and they probably want to be like, oh, everyone, let's fly to communist fucking China and wear masks and suffer fake COVID bullshit to play Heroscape, and like that's not going to swing with me. Frankly, I'm not going to really travel to play Heroscape. I barely want to travel the 30 minutes it takes me to play Heroscape locally. But that's because I'm married and I have a child and my time is quite limited. But I do wonder what this really means. Like an online community doesn't mean online playing. It just means right, they're gonna have a forum. That could literally just mean they're gonna have a forum, a website. It's like that doesn't mean, you know what I mean? This again, this feels kind of like broad bullshit speak to be like we're trying to make it sound better than it might actually end up being. Organized play support, yeah. So including a world championship, right? Which means like, so yeah, we're talking like traveling. I'm not traveling hours. I'm not taking flights to play HeroScape. Like, ugh. But I would be far more excited for this kind of speak if this really meant like online supported and like something more along the lines of Tabletop Simulator, where it's like they have like a really cool like scaled version where it's like you can basically literally play the game online. But I do understand. I already said this, but I understand. I'm asking a lot for someone like for a company that's going to produce like actual miniatures and terrain to then also set up like an online version of it at the same time. Like they're basically doing two fronts at once, and it's probably it. I'm my first guess is as like a business solution that wouldn't work out very well. And like they should probably have like HeroScape split, frankly, or have like a whole separate company be like, we're making digital HeroScape, almost like Warmonium. Speaking of that, that like I would be looking more like Warmonium's thing, where it's like they have like you can set up your servers and play your game, and it's like a full-on digital offering. That would be ideal to me for like an actual world championship for HeroScape. I don't see it going there, but hey, I'll keep huffing my copium, right? And it says hobby stores. Okay, can organize or look forward to organized play. This would be cool though. I would love to see this spike at my local gaming store. I'm just not I'm not hopeful, which is really sad to me to feel this way. I'm not hopeful because I've done plenty of oh my gosh, of marketing at my local game store, like talking to the store manager, hanging up like posters and stuff, and being like, "Hey, we're playing HeroScape on this day. Here's my phone number. Here's my email. Contact me." I think we've had one guy who wasn't already like our standard group of like 6 to 8 people. We've had one guy show up one time, and I don't think he came back after that. I did it for Heroes or for AOTP as well. Like they have Friday Night Magic at my game store, and I'll just be like, "Hey, we're playing AOTP. It's a miniatures war game based off of MTG." They don't care. Like there's no response. So I'm like this is probably going to work in some places for sure. I'm just speaking that from like my personal experience that like my local friendly game store over here, 30 minutes down the road from me, there doesn't seem to be a lot of what am I thinking of? A lot of like interest in HeroScape. There's a lot of Magic the Gathering and a Warhammer at that store. I don't see a lot of much else. Like, oh, there's also some D&D. I would say Warhammer, MTG, D&D are the top three games, and I feel like Heroscape is less complicated than those three games. So I feel like Heroscape is kind of, and this is again, maybe this is one of my concerns, right? Is that like the hobby game section or whatever game pool is like already filled with games that are more complex, and like people who are playing those probably like those games more than Heroscape already. Which is why I'm like Walmart could also be the better place to sell this, because you're not only selling to diehard board gaming fans who probably have again like their favorite games that Heroscape doesn't really stand up to, at least in their heads. Um, I'm on massive tangents. Anyway, fans have been clamoring for a revival of Heroscape, and we heard you. Yeah, all what 3,000 of us that backed the first Heroscape game. We're not going to talk about AOE. That didn't happen. That's why we are tremendously excited to bring back. Yes, 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 yes. You're gonna do a good job. Like we all hope you will. This is pretty cool. RenegadeGameStudios.com. Wow. I'm gonna leave a link to this in the description. But this looks pretty cool. Just my live reaction to reading this for the first time. This is not bad. I'm I'm not even sure if I'm gonna call myself cautiously optimistic, but I'm just going to keep my eye on it, to say the least. With the way the first one, that other attempts to bring Heroscape back, with the way that one, I'm really not super hopeful. Yeah, about Hasbro. Hasbro. I have no good words for Hasbro. Well, it's mostly Avalon Hill. Maybe I should be more excited that at least it's not Avalon Hill. I mean, the Avalon Hill Discord was just, hey, Avalon Bill, fuck you.
Hey, Avalon Bill, fuck you.
The Avalon Hill Discord was just like completely off the rails. The stupid censorship that was happening there was really like the mods there was just like the worst thing about it. But I feel like Avalon Hill and Azrael just really fucked it up. So I guess we'll see. I mean, Renegade, we got established in 2014. Let's see. They have numerous popular titles like Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, G.I. Joe role-playing game. What? G.I. Joe role-playing? Transformers deck building game? That sounds semi-cool. My father's work. And award-winning titles such as Raiders of the North. See, I've never heard of any of these. I don't care much for most board games. I really just don't. I don't know why. I'm more of a video gamer for the most part, but I think there's so much of me that likes Heroscape because it reminds me a lot of Fire Emblem, which is like again like I liked Fire Emblem a long time ago, and I found Heroscape because I was like I want to find a board game that's a lot like Fire Emblem, and there's a lot of things of Heroscape that makes me feel like it's mostly similar to Fire Emblem. There's no like leveling up, but there is like a lot of army customization and running in and like using basically percentages to try and kill the other guy. So I really like it for a lot of those reasons. I feel like since I haven't heard of them, it's like I don't. It doesn't boost. It doesn't change my confidence in this game studios, this Renegade Game Studios, because I have no clue what these games are. I don't know if they're bad. I don't know if they're good. I will be I will be keeping my eye on it. I would love to see terrain and figures. And again, because I think I'm going to continue personally my work on AOTP and expansions for that, because I feel like AOTP just got the short end of the stick, and it is a very good game that's just waiting for more expansions, which Hasbro sucking the D just doesn't, they don't care. So anyway, I'm going to kill the stream here. This is pretty exciting, though, to hear about that they're trying to bring it back one more time. Let me know what you think in the comments, or if you've heard of any of these games, or if should I be more optimistic about this Renegade Game Studios? This is pretty cool. I'll be listening, and I'll still be here working on AOTP. We'll catch you all in the next video.